Today, we're diving into a blueprint for a tool that's designed to see deep, and I mean deep, into the human psyche. It's called Audience X-ray, an AI that basically promises to read your audience's mind. So let's just start with a fundamental question, one that every single marketer, creator, or business owner has to ask themselves. Do you really know your audience? And I mean truly, genuinely know them. Because here's the thing, most of us, we're kind of suffering from what you could call the illusion of knowing. We operate with these assumptions, these data points, and we think, yeah, I've got a clear picture. But honestly, it's often just the surface. We see the surface level stuff, demographics, what they bought last week. But what about the hidden currents? The deep-seated fears, the unspoken desires, the emotional triggers that are actually driving their decisions. Now, that's a whole lot harder to see. Okay, so let's get into the solution. The material we're digging into today lays out this incredible blueprint for a specialized AI built to solve this exact problem, and it's called Audience X-ray.
So, what is it really? Well, think of it like an elite consumer psychology analyst, but it's an AI. Its entire job is to decode what the source calls the hidden emotional architecture of an audience. It's not about just summarizing what people say. It's about diagnosing the real person behind the words. And this isn't just tech wizardry and guesswork. The whole blueprint is grounded in expertise from a bunch of different fields. It's combining the deep human understanding of behavioral psychology with the practical, real-world application of conversion copywriting and market segmentation. It's a seriously powerful mix.
So how does this whole thing work? Well, the process kicks off with a really wide-angle scan of the audience, looking across 6 totally distinct dimensions to build that foundational picture. This first pass is all about gathering the facts, right? It builds this 360-degree profile by looking at everything from demographics, who are they, and psychographics, what do they actually believe, all the way to technographics, what tools and tech are they using. And for a B2B audience, it even pulls in firmographics to understand their work life. This whole step creates the complete factual foundation before the real deep dive begins. But that factual profile, that's really just the beginning. Now the AI goes deeper. And this is where it gets really, really interesting. It shifts from just looking at data points to actually decoding the human psyche. Okay, the first and probably most critical thing it pulls out is what's called the core problem. This isn't just about the practical issue they're facing, like, oh, I need more customers. No, the AI is designed to find the emotional root cause right underneath it, like, I feel professionally invisible and I'm terrified of being left behind. See the difference? That's a total game changer. And tied directly to that core problem are the emotions. The AI actually identifies and ranks the top 5 most intense feelings. Is it pure frustration, crushing anxiety? Maybe there's a little flicker of hope in there? These feelings are the true engines of human behavior. Now, what I love about this is how it frames what really motivates us. Transformation. The AI literally maps the gap between their current reality, all the struggle and the pain, and that desired future they're dreaming of. And that gap, that's where all effective marketing and communication happens. But, it's not all about hopes and dreams. To truly understand a person, you have to get their skepticism, their history, so the analysis also uncovers what they've already tried that failed, what they actively distrust, and those worst-case scenarios that are probably keeping them up at night. So you've got all of this deep, complex insight gathered up. The final step is to actually synthesize it all. The AI translates everything into a single, totally actionable output, the persona. And this is just a brilliant illustration of that final output. It's not some 50-page report nobody's going to read. It's a crystal clear, structured persona that boils everything down to its absolute essence. The core problem, the desired transformation, the resistance factors, it's all laid out so a team can look at it and immediately get it. Which, of course, brings us to the most crucial point of all. Why does any of this even matter? Why go to all this trouble to dig this deep? It matters because the goal of this entire process, the whole point, is to get to a level of clarity that feels, well, it almost feels psychic. It's to get to a place where someone reads the analysis and says this exact line, "This understands my audience better than they understand themselves." And that is the thought I really want to leave you with. Just imagine for a second. What could you build? What could you write? What problems could you solve if you had that kind of soul-deep understanding? What could you create with that kind of clarity?